Just a wisdom roll.
What's this for? Insight?
Oh. Yeah.
No, it's for that thing in the downtime. I just didn't do the roll before.
I guess for those that are interested in listening, off camera, we have a chat where out of character our people can have small conversations, and we brought up how exactly to deal with the gator in there.
Yeah, what is the wisdom insight check for, though? Like, what is it?
Just the complexity of this cave in terms of, like, how odd of a situation it's been, in terms of the inhabitants is my best way of saying.
The randomness of having spiders and crocodiles and ooses all in the same place, you mean?
Crocodiles and ooses and goblins, oh my.
Would I be able to do like a history check or something instead?
I got 15.
I don't feel a history check would apply in this particular situation.
Because like my insight's not very good, so yeah, I only got like a 2 or a 4 total, so it doesn't matter.
Well, Nox is wise beyond his years, it seems.
He had an epiphany.
Before we get started, Sean, you'll be glad to know that I think I found a box.
I'm smacking my cheek.
Are you in need of a box?
Yep, I need him to send me a cardboard box from Canada.
With what in it?
Syrup.
I'm suddenly imagining just a box covered in syrup.
I was just imagining it full of syrup and like leaking.
Don't ask your DM what he does on his off time, okay?
Han, one of the kids is on the shed roof.
Oh Jesus!
You mind shooting a cat?
Now who's dealing with goblins? Like, sounds like you guys are dealing with goblins.
Yep. Yep.
Got a goblin infestation.
Excuse me, I need to go yell.
No, like cats. That's on cat. That's.
It's gone from "get off my lawn, you crazy kids" to "get off my shed, you crazy kids."
Just send her a message saying "kid on shed."
Ladies and gentlemen who may actually watch this, for whatever few you are.
Yeah, we're sorry.
One day you will either have or know children of your own, and please note, there's not enough duct tape on this earth that legally you can apply that would stop their rampage. I do advise, though, that taking time, thinking about the small things, and then softly beating is also an option.
Bruises work very well, apparently.
Remember, no bruising.
I would just spray them.
That also works.
All right, so do we want to do the little intro and then we'll get into the chat?
That is fine. Hi, everyone. Once again, Sean. So, what can people remember from last session?
Gator wrestling.
Gator wrestling was literally the theme of last session.
Failing gator wrestling, more like it.
You guys...
Followed by goblin diplomacy.
Followed by goblin diplomacy. First of all, that was the most gator wrestling I've seen in my time as a tabletop player. I don't think I've ever seen that much gator wrestling. And yes, there was a lot of goblin diplomacy. There's also the smell of urine now down here, as you had scared the piss out of literally 2 goblins.
Only 2?
Only the 2. The other ones didn't have time. They more accepted their fate before the others. You guys had progressed further down into the dungeon after having to defeat the unmuted riders, entered into a room with several oddly placed alligators, and then eventually came upon what seemed to be a brood mother who was guarding a clutch, and on top was a keystone that, after some very interesting debate on how to acquire it, you were successful, but not without, unfortunately, angering the creature. Blows were struck. Roven had used rope to try to deter a bite from the massive creature, as Mercury or Merc had come on either sides to kind of smack down. Even Vale had offered herself as a way to hopefully appease the creature as it tried to make its way back to its lair. Each of you had contributed in trying to deter damage to this poor creature. Even Naya, you had used I'm so sorry, I'm falling apart here.
Mortis.
Yeah.
It was a combination of Mortis, but which spell was it? Bardic Talk? Bardic's...
Vicious Mockery.
Vicious Mockery,
Yeah.
which for a creature that didn't understand, it was not very happy about being mocked.
You monster.
All these actions and more, you guys successfully bypassed the gator, got the stone, and further progressed through to find that the tunnels were not as safe as they were. A Merc, had actually died in a large pit hole that formed close to one of the entrances. You guys found the group of goblins, and after talking with them and their leader, a kobold named Dag, they discussed how they had been down here for quite some time. Dag actually himself was only more or less a lost one who had crawled in here by accident and had gotten stuck for a period of time. You guys are now being worshipped as the Boom Makers. And after instructing the goblins that you can promise them shinies, a job, and a home, they have all agreed to progress their way out of the cavern, leaving you in just the ramshackle bits of goblin paraphernalia and a small campfire.
And we were just first off, we were debating if we're going to do a short rest or a long rest.
Yes. What are you guys going to plan to do?
How long has it been since our last long rest?
Yeah, I guess
Test me.
what time is it? Is it like
It's
is it like
like-
mid-afternoon?
So you guys left at like 7. Roughly 7. It's like 12.
No, long rest is 8 hours, so I don't know if we have time for that because like you all want to get back for tomorrow and stuff.
So I wanted to re-speak for the party, or kind of brought this up. I think there was concern about you guys making it back to the council meeting in time, and based on the time period I'm actually looking at, you guys have a whole day to get back.
Look,
This is only day 2 because yesterday was the day they told you to, hey, could you stick around? You had a terrible night's sleep. Then you had your job today, so you still have tomorrow and then into your 3rd day.
cool, we got time. Where do we need to go?
Well, that's up to you.
This goblin encampment seems like a good enough place to rest if you don't want to make the entire trip out of this cave. We seem to be relatively secure, especially if we sleep in shifts.
That is quite doable. At the time, Nox would be placing his stones around that are emanating far sweeter scents than goblin piss and urine.
A appreciated action, Nox. Do I smell the smell of hickory and lilac?
Ooh. What's a good incense smell that people like?
Dragon's blood.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Sandalwood.
Okay, hold on. All right.
Shit. Oops.
Huh?
Dragon's blood. It's like we have a dragon pinned by us.
Hunziker, how do you feel about them making commentary about...
God, it's a resin from various trees, okay? I can fucking give you a list of the trees at this point.
Yow!
Sorry,
It's-
that might have been a bit over the top.
It smells great down here.
There we go.
So yeah, what are you guys going to plan to do?
Wonder My veil is so intent about various resins, apparently.
You got into this whole herbology thing back, on Aquarius Mia, and you're like really focused about reading now about it.
You have no idea.
Weren't okay with our vaporizers back then, but now they're okay.
Well, they were really overly intense at the time, sir. And you had it right in my face. And also, you kept playing the bloody horn.
Uh,
Oh my God. Please don't give them ideas, Bard. I really do not need the headache.
I should go bust out like my my partner's little toy accordion.
Oh, good God.
Veil's gonna hurt everybody.
All right, so I am doing well myself. I'm still feeling quite energetic, but how is everyone else feeling?
I can keep going.
This is the long or short rest discussion.
Yes.
I could use more of my stuff if I knew we were going to do a long rest. I was like trying to conserve for a day.
That was my understanding as well. However, if we have the time, we can regroup and recharge.
Have we need of that?
we did just wrestle an alligator.
We also have to decide what to do with our wrestled alligator.
Can I just point out, it feels... Does anyone else find that it odd that there's such an abundance of life down here?
Oh, on top of that, how did the gator get down here?
That too.
And look at
Someone
the size
probably
of it.
just flushed it down the toilet. It's like you throw it in the lavatory, and then it's because it's like people get them for like their kids, and then it's not really actually a good gift. It's not really a good pet. So then you just kind of put it down the toilet, and then all of a sudden, oh look, now there's big things in the sewers.
1 sec. I think the kids are knocking on the door.
If the kids are knocking on the door, then I'm gonna hurt somebody. Vale's like quietly rubbing her temples. Heinziger, do you mind speaking sense every so often?
Well, we're under a city, like things grow under a city. It's how it works, especially old ones.
Yeah, but not of this variety. This is just odd.
Seen weirder.
And how many cities?
Makes sense to me.
How many cities have you been underneath, pray tell?
How many cities are there?
Loads.
These are all good questions.
I mean, that's an excellent line, but it's also a little silly because there's one of you and there's a lot of them. But if you're thinking logically, they all have to have something fairly similar underneath if they're relatively modern. There has to be somewhere for the sewage to go, and there has to possibly be somewhere for other conduits, magical or technological or whatever. Generally speaking, people like to put things they don't want to be seeing underground.
Well, it seems like this whole asteroid city type of thing does seem to have some issues with their delves. So I wonder if there might be like some sort of a magical radiation type of thing going on or something. But seems like that's a problem in the city in general.
Surviving, not creating more life.
Hard to know.
I am back. Apologies. Apparently I had to rescue a kid off the roof. They were stuck.
Again.
I don't even need to do the session. This is already getting good.
You're kidding me, right?
I
Goblins.
figured.
Goddamn goblins.
Yep. And all the kids of the house abandoned her. And this was one of their friends that was just up on the roof, just up on the shed roof going, I can't get down. I'm like,
That's how kids work.
Yeah, they bailed on her for dinner. Sorry, derailing, but...
No, you're fine.
That actually sounds like both of those kids.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the decision, guys? Are we gonna take a long rest or a short rest?
I think a short rest only, but...
I wouldn't really need a long rest right now. I'd be good with a short. I have 3 first level spell slots, 1 second.
Yay, action surge.
Yeah, you need that action surge. So, yeah, we can have a short rest and just kind of chat about what we're going to do with this this gator because I had to step away for that, so I didn't hear what's going on.
Well, it does give us the ability to have like a long rest later if we really need it.
Entirely true.
Hunziker, did you send me your answer to the insight check from earlier?
4, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
The wildlife down here is vastly it's vastly strange.
It sure is. It sure is.
I vote a short rest then. It sounds like we
Exactly.
could use it.
We're here. They'll let us. It might rest where you can, because you'll regret it if you don't.
Now,
Naturally.
here's a thought. Our companions of the goblins are in the process of leaving the cave, but they haven't left yet, correct? I believe I can still hear them down the halls. Perhaps we should ask them about maybe that gator and some other questions for these creatures. I suspect they've spent a fair amount of time down here.
You and I are on the same boat there.
Well, perhaps we should go and take care of that before we get too comfortable.
I need not a rest, so I can go. Anyone wants to
Thank you.
Fantastic.
All right, so whoever's departing, you guys can go ahead and progress back through the cave.
I could do that as well. I actually don't really need anything. I look like I'm pretty good, actually.
You guys make it, safely around and behind the doors. The party that's staying, I do want perception checks.
All right.
As the party goes ahead and progresses up towards where the last location of the goblins were, you actually do see them kind of hanging by the door as they kind of review over the blast area from the destroyed rubble. Dag is trying to keep everyone calm as they all hold their tiny bone-style weapons, looking around. You, other than the occasional bubble, didn't hear anything on your own way back and found your time getting back to the Enders quite untroubled.
First one was Nia, second was Mortis.
I get a 12.
None of us are very perceptive, but we can't be surprised, so it doesn't matter too much.
We're not especially. None of us especially wise here.
You guys go ahead and progress your way back towards. Oh, and for those who couldn't hear or see, I essentially wrote down that the party who stayed behind, you didn't notice anything in particular back in the Goblin Den that is, and I put this in air quotes, out of the ordinary. This entire place is out of the ordinary, but I mean, any little bit of sanity that doesn't involve mutated creatures running around does make things a little bit better. And no other sign of that boot.
So far.
There's something weird about that.
Oh, Jesus.
And there we start.
Hunziker's walking, just gets a shiver up his spine, like, ooh, what was that?
You know what you brought into your world.
Shared senses of poorly made puns. As you guys make it back, you do, like I said, see Dag kind of talking between the goblins. They all kind of discuss, like, what's his son? It's a big ball in the sky. It's like the biggest shard you've ever seen.
That really went deep. Deep, Shardy.
Can I put it in my pocket? No, it's way bigger.
I am concerned about those creatures. Jesus Christ, it's like one ball's dropped and the other one hasn't.
You don't know how many generations back this tribe of goblins may be.
Oh, good God.
But they all do turn their attention back to you guys as you approach. Some of them turning with, much more anxiety than necessary as they try to ensure that you are not the big scaries.
Nox, I believe you are our goblin ambassador.
How long? Does anyone remember the kobold's name?
Dag.
Dag, have a moment to speak with us.
Step aside! Dad coming through!
You're making Dag invisible. There you go.
My bad. But Dag does step forward through the group as the others kind of just discuss among themselves.
Yes, a bootmaker.
He has his eyes closed, one hand sticking out towards you.
I feel you.
He's actually like touching your chest.
I sense you.
Nox will lean in, put his hand against Dag's chest and go, I feel you.
I've been felt.
Dag, your tribe has been down here for quite some time, correct?
6 months. Them.
Much longer.
There's been a lot of scaries down here, but have you seen the scary flat things that swim?
Oh, Katakoa.
All the goblins immediately like drop what they're holding and put their hands up in the sky and all go,
Katakoa. You speak of the water god.
That is indeed a god of the water. That's some quite beast. Do you know how it got down here?
He raises his hand up, his hand shaking more and more, drops it.
No clue. But it was down here when they were down here. It may have been down here for a lot longer. We were feeding it for a long time. And then the big scaries wouldn't let us do it anymore. They got in the way.
When did the big scaries show up?
6 months ago. Right around when I got down here.
What did the big scares look like? I don't remember if you described it to us.
Which one? The one that flaps?
Or they all start like recounting like stuff they've seen, like
The one that flaps? The one that crawls? The one that spits the sticky? With a really big ass?
he kind of like gives like a face of like,
The big scary further in. This big heavy thing landed on their shrine a while back. And then after that, the big scary started coming out of it. It doesn't
The
feel
scares
good.
came out of the shrine?
No, not the shrine, but landed on the shrine. It doesn't feel good.
Oh, something landed on the shrine and the things came out of the thing.
they all like kind of nod their head in agreement.
Are they like bugs? Or are they like more like lizards? What are we looking at? So one has wings. We know one has wings. One spits up some stuff. And do they seem like bugs to you or like lizards?
Dag will kind of step further away and kind of like in between Nox, Hunziker, and Compression, kind of pushing himself away from the party. I am so sorry. I keep trying to put more darkness.
We are going blind slowly as our senses fail.
As he kind of gets further away, he'll kind of quiet his voice and be like,
It's not. I came down here looking for shinies. But whatever I found down here was not what I usually find. It feels icky. Like corrupted. And they've been living with this stuff longer than I have. But not like this. Whatever that totem was that fell from on top of their shrine, it's got bad in it.
Where is this shrine? Is that where you asked us to go get the shinies from, right?
Yes, it landed on top of the shrine, which is...
sorry, trying to like think of like how to like not crack my voice.
Yeah.
The goblins are very close to their own talking shiny. And it landed on top of it. I don't think they'd be happy if I don't get it back.
No, we intend to get it back, don't worry. But just, we're more curious of what's going on down here.
The water god had already been here for some time, gifting us with delicious eggs and bits of her meat, of those of her spawn. And then the nasties showed up, and they wouldn't let us through, and then ate a lot of us. A lot of us.
And just checking, so the nasties, those are different than the scaries?
No, the nasties are the scaries. Sorry.
The nasties are the scaries?
Nasties are the scaries. Sorry, context.
I'm thinking it is I think it is a white slime, the strange things that ambushed Naya and then the Driders.
I would like Dag. Would you mind coming with us? And I whisper to you two, let's show him the corpses of the Driders and all that jazz, and let's see if he describes any of them as the nasties or the nasty scaries, whatever the heck.
Nox will kind of do a quiet shrug in agreement, going okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
Andert. Wait, I wasn't there, was I? No. Disregard.
So you guys are going to lead Dag to the bodies of the big scaries?
Well, we're gonna lead him to the dark, because there's the corpses of the dark mantles and also the Driders. So why don't I be okay? Well, Dag, we did kill a few things. Come take a look at them and see what you think. See if it's if maybe it matches one of your nasties or your scaries or what have you.
I follow the boom makers.
Alright. We'll lead him down this way, I guess.
Nox will follow.
While that's going on, Goblin Tribe Party, what are y'all doing?
I believe that is...
That would be Merc, Vale, and Naya, and Mortis.
Merc is taking a breather and recovering.
Nia is again twiddling with her lute, just playing a quiet little song, just usual performer fidgety things, doing little scales, little ditties.
Vale's keeping an eye out for things.
Yeah, I should clarify, I am also watching as I'm kind of taking a breather.
You're fine.
Specifically the one opening in the shield wall. Is
the only opening that you guys have... that you so sophisticatedly opened up by yourself after ripping it off and throwing it down the hole.
Very powerful.
Also, I think I should still have an echo.
Sorry.
Because it says, it lasts until it's destroyed, I dismiss it, or I manifest another echo, or I'm incapacitated. So... I would put the echo right here.
Dag would approach the corpses of the two dark mantle mutants and just kind of touch them with his blade. You actually notice that as he kind of pushes them over, it almost causes a freezing effect wherever his blade touches, as if producing icicles as he's flipping things over. He inspects the bodies.
Yeah, so what do you think of these ones?
Not normal. Not normal at all.
Are they your scaries?
Oh, they definitely show big scary.
He kind of pulls... He takes the dagger and begins to kind of... actually, I'm going to make a roll for myself real quick. Oh, damn. Okay. So he starts kind of pulling away at the skin both of the dark mantles. He actually pulls the encasing layers off, and you can see he's almost like slightly dissecting it. The more that he pulls away, the more you find what was inside looked much like a normal, if you can call a monstrosity normal, a historical dark mantle. But these creatures had definitely seemed to have weird modifications on them. You can see that the inside is almost filled with these amalgamations of skin and bone that seem to protrude in different directions. The same kind of damaging bones that were used to attack Mortis seem to line the legs of these creatures. When he finally finishes going through both creatures, he actually kind of picks up the skin from the dark mantle, as well as what looks like a piece of cartilage, and he from both of them at least, and he offers them to you.
No, you can keep them, unless Robin, you want some skin?
Not particularly, no. I do not desire to carry that around with me.
Nox will look at it. Does it seem like anything remarkable about the skin?
The skin seems to definitely show. You can see the similar sucker cups on it. They're not producing the suctiony, kind of vibrating effect that they generally would. But you think that if you had it used by someone, you could make a use out of it.
Nox is already thinking of like spider climbing boots and whatnot.
The other object which he seemed to pull out seems to be kind of looking like the hearing, or rather like the vocal cords that seem to have been pulled out. He offers them. They're sluggish looking, but this is joyful. This is real nice.
Nox will take what he can that's been offered, and he's going to put it in the pouch of colding.
Do you have the pouch of colding, or does Naya have the pouch of colding?
That's a good question. I think you might.
I did use it to put all the gator meat in. Would you have left it with me, or?
Yeah, definitely. Then if you were using it, then yeah.
Okay.
And he will continue to follow you guys.
So, sorry about that, but now Nox has what?
2 mutamantles, if you will, skins, and 2 mutamantle otoliths. It's a OTOLITH.
And just to clarify, like, so he said they're scary, but they're not the scaries.
Oh, I apologize. Speaking dag is complicated, but yes, these are scaries.
Yeah, I was just double checking to make sure they weren't the scaries. Like,
oh no, these
scaries.
are part of these scaries. And he's just been showing that although these do look like creatures that generally you would find down here, they're not right.
Okay, so these are part of the giant the tree of scaries.
You are correct.
Okay, so
once again, I apologize. Speaking dag is very complicated.
No, it's okay. I'm just clarifying, because that actually is very illuminating. So that's actually good info. So, and yeah, and they'll show them like the Drider be like, these are the other ones that we killed. Are these some of the other types of scaries?
He kind of kicks over the bodies, but he definitely kind of nods, and you actually kind of see that he kind of averts his eyes, especially when you guys had taken down the spider's webs. It looks like he's not as so much comfortable in this area.
This is the path to Katakoa.
It's somewhere in the background. There's a bunch of goblins shaking their hands into the sky.
Yeah, all right. So were these the ones that spit? Are these the scaries that spit the things?
They are.
And then the other ones were the flapping ones?
They are.
Okay, so I think we're missing the Slytherin ones.
I'm back. The children struck again.
Good job.
Oh my god, these children are. I'm just gonna name this episode "Damn Children."
They threw a freaking towel up into the basketball hoop that's beside the shed, and one of them was trying to flick another towel to grab it while standing on the edge of the shed.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, they are children. Their brains are not fully developed, but damn, that's aggressively unwise.
Well,
I'll get my 4-year-old niece to play a goblin next time.
And
I was gonna say goblins are just children
yep.
with more weapons.
So
Toddlers with spears. Toddlers with spears.
Lord of the Flies.
I'm gonna give this one more. Oh. As you see him kind of going through the individual driders, you notice that he does kind of climb on top of the thorax of each and kind of dips his dagger in and starts to make a cutting sound as he pulls away 3 of these large they're almost like a Black Widow mark on the back. And he kind of holds them up to Hunziker.
Proof of kill.
I'm good. I'm good. Rovan, Nox, you guys want spider bits?
I have no need to prove what I've conquered.
Watching like this goop drip off the things.
Actually, surprisingly, they are very dry.
It almost feels worse.
Is it a pretty cool logo?
They do bear the mark of Loth.
Ooh.
Even
Nox is
even
gonna
more
take
of something I don't want.
Yeah, I know Nox is going to take it. Might be able to make something for the drought in here. Wait.
You take 3 Mutadryer marks. And after that, Dag will kind of approach and the entrance to the tomb. Darn it. To the tomb of Katakoa, and kind of just, do a. He begins to perform like a small ritual for a second with his hands.
I sense she is very upset.
Nox will snort.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah. So I guess you know what? Now that I know you know the big girl in there, well, we gotta clear out this area. So are you friendly with that thing in there?
Nox is going to snort again.
You need us to move the goddess of the waters.
Can you do that?
He holds a hand out and shakes it, eyes closed. It moves faster and faster.
I'll be back.
All right. Nox, maybe you should get the others and just let, in case anyone wants to watch this, because I think it's gonna be pretty funny.
Oh, fuck. Alright, so I'll be right back.
Whatever the fuck happens.
Nox is going to run back and see, and... God damn it.
Well, I think we're gonna fix... I just look over Rowan. I think we're gonna fix our gator problem.
Nox is going to run in. Okay. They think... The kobold... Man, my accent's gone completely. The kobolds think that they can move the gator on their own. You might want to come watch this. And he's going to run back to the group.
Hunziker, it might be best to remove yourself from the predicted path of said gator.
Yeah, probably step back a little bit farther, eh? Yeah, good idea.
Vale's just gonna chuckle and find her way out of the way.
Yeah, y'all ready for a show?
And worst case, if it comes to attack us, at least we're all here ready to shoot it.
As Merc comes close, just like, hello, and then see your echo, hello.
you guys all start to crowd around the cave of Katakoa, and have watched the goblins kind of sneak by. Some of them actually pulling out little garbs and whatnot.
In response to you, Hunziker, they would both nod in unison, almost creepily so.
They're identical, so it's not that creepy. One is part of the other.
The sound that comes off then is almost kind of a musical, as into the darkness you don't hear anything for a while. And then after a bit, you watch as a parade of goblins slowly begin to progress in your direction. On top of the gator sits one of the goblins while he plays what looks to be like an ocarina made of bone.
You have got to be fucking kidding me.
They're riding? Really?
One is.
really
The rest
the
of them are
water
kind
god?
of guiding them. The other ones are in what looks to be like ritualistic garbs. And they are kind of doing their own ritualistic dance in front of the gator. You can actually probably do an Arcana check if you want.
I'm doing an Arcana
yeah.
check.
So please tell me, why didn't we just do this as opposed to wrestling with the gator?
Because we weren't smart enough?
Did you know the goblins could do this?
Apparently I have
didn't.
no idea. You
Yeah.
don't know shit.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. 12?
I'm not gonna. I got a 7. I'm not gonna use that die anymore.
Rovan, you do get advantage on this.
Oh, very well.
Nox is gonna like fall to his knees, going, "You've what? What?"
With advantage. 18.
So you can tell that based on the way that this particular ocarina is playing, that it's similar to what you attempted, but they are performing friendship with animal.
The one spell we don't have.
No, you do have it. It didn't. Unfortunately, it was quite willed at the time that you tried.
Oh, do we have that? I thought we didn't have that one.
It would be horrible if someone attacked that ocarina and broke it right now.
I swear to God, don't.
You do see a bit of a purple essence leaving the instrument as, they continue to chant and slowly dance in circles, moving in a straight line. Dag leading the approach, come and be like,
Keep it through, come on, alright, I know, big fancy.
and the other one's going like, as one continues to ride on top of the large gator, who seems to just be illuminated under the spell of this purple fog coming out of the ocarina. You do notice one of the goblins actually at least two of the goblins are holding bits of the clutches of eggs.
After they pass by, I kind of look over at Vale, do an eyebrow wiggle, and just tell message her "You're welcome."
Does it look like they had all of the eggs, or would there still be some in there?
I would say they look like they have all the eggs.
Okay.
They're on a soft pillow of dried skin that they made.
Fucking crafty buggers.
If nothing else, we could get them potential jobs up on the surface.
Probably.
And they progress past you guys and back towards the entrance. And in the time that you
to work and steal part of their profits. Sorry.
Oh my God! A petting zoo with a gator.
I was gonna say, if there's a zoo up there, they can just work at the zoo.
And the
Or
last you
circus,
hear,
for that matter.
the last you hear is the ocarina bone, the bone ocarina playing in the distance as they are swooning this gator.
You hear the sound of breaking pottery as the goblins start shrieking. I'm kidding, of course.
Sus on evil Warforged.
By the way, you may have seen them kind of carrying some of the meat that you guys had. had left behind.
Makes sense.
It's not that daunting such.
Now,
you
the
got-
other thing to clarify, so they talked about 3 different kinds of scaries, right?
Yes.
All right, so then I can like turn. Well, so Dag looked at the things that we killed, the dark mantles and these dryadas over here, and apparently those are some of the big scaries. And there's one kind of big scary that we have not dealt with yet.
I believe you
And
said
then-
it's slithered.
Yeah, Slytherin one.
I just like slithering things. They're harder to hit.
So you have to kill more things. Good.
I love that damn voice. So you guys are alone once more. He has informed you from past times that there are at least 2 sections left of this cavern, and he has given you mentioned in one such one you have to share the pain, and the other one he said don't enter the center.
Yeah, and then as we're like walking back, like as we get back, when I'll like be like, apparently there's some sort of shrine that's something landed on it, and then all the scaries came out of it, and so probably a portal of some sort. That's my guess.
I can confirm.
Are we near the? Sorry, I had to step away. The fucking kids let the dog out.
Oh, for
Goblins.
Yeah, they are.
Fucking
All-
kids can start paying fucking for expense with their allowance money.
Jesus
Are we near the goblins still, or they fucked off?
They have headed back towards the original entrance that you guys instructed them to wait at.
Nox is gonna look at Rovin. Recall we found remnants of that fungal that on the ship just outside of the asteroid. I wonder.
I certainly hope that fungal has not followed us here.
Well, Dag tore open the driders. If you want to go take a look, like he tore open the driders and the dark mantle and saw like the mutations. So you could go investigate if you want.
Nox is gonna do just that. He didn't even think about it. No, hold on.
I just kind of was
is,
listening. I was listening to the description. It didn't sound fungally to me, so I didn't bother asking.
If you desire, I can confirm the presence of a portal.
Who here is good with anatomy? Because that would be medical, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
that right?
I am somewhat
I-
efficient.
I am definitely not.
Oh, cat.
He knows exactly as much as a bard probably should. That is to say, not much.
If you're willing there, Rovin. Yes, see if you can detect a portal, and if you could assist me in identifying what's up with these driders. I could help with the magical part. I'll need you for the literal part.
Very well. Let me see on that portal.
Right, I'll let you do that. You do the portal thing. Nox is going to get his screwdriver out and try and think if he has something useful for this.
And Rovan will use detect portal. DM, is there a portal within 1 mile?
Rovan, you close your eyes and focus in on your abilities. You try to remember back towards the training you had gone through many a time. You just deepen your mind. And you do hear inside of your heart that sound.
Rovan will open his eyes, look back at Nox, say, yes, there is a portal within our immediate vicinity.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That might explain a lot, actually.
And I know, eh?
That might mean we might not be dealing with that fungal infection. Do we want to spend the time on the Driders? Or are we better off recuperating and fighting?
Sounds like a fight is unavoidable, but we are here now, so we can take a look at these driders if they interest you so.
You gotta...
You guys are going to be slicing at the driders. Doing a medicine check.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Now,
Well,
yeah, you know what? Medicine, and am I able to assist and like look out for? I want to say Arcana in the case of mutations and whatnot that are like fungal and whatnot, or what would that be?
I think that would still fall under medicine.
Okay, so then I'll assist in the medicine check with my knowledge.
no, the medicine check roll in this failed. The medicine check masterfully.
Ooh,
Rovan, you're still kind of ticked off about these creatures as it is. It disturbs your. I mean, you're able to cut them open, but you're still kind of blinded in anger from what had happened.
and also Nox probably pointing like, oh, what's that? Oh, and like getting around because I rolled a 7, so total of 9. So we both bungled it.
These definitely, I mean, Driders themselves are not humanoid. They're far from anything else. You do notice as you cut into the skin, and especially towards the head, as you pull back what seems to be like a covering, you do find what looks to be like the original face of the drow that had become the Drider. And their face looks to be warped and grotesque and uncomfortable.
Okay, can I do, would it be a history or an arcana check? Because Loth has been known to transform drow that are as punishment into Driders.
Religion.
That's a religion? Oh, holy shit, I have a +5 in my... Okay, so that would be 11.
You know that, as you had said, Loth would change those going through the process into a Drider as punishment, but this is not a punishment that you have heard of her producing. I mean, it is one to become that of the spider, but this is... What spider is this?
There's something more.
The body is covered in a carapace that does not match the original description of a Drider. You do find more, as you cut into it, more of those bone-like protrusions inside. Things that don't... Where there should be a liver, there's no liver. It's where there should be guts, there's no guts. Everything seems to be misorganized and in wrong places.
Is Nox able to pull a vial of blood from this thing?
No, there is no fluid left in these Driders.
Rowan,
Yes.
I understand it's characteristic for things to have a circulatory system for blood and such, but have you noticed there's an absence of it in this?
There seems to be a absence of any fluids as we dissect these, which is disconcerting. The only time that I have seen this is when dealing with the undead that have been preserved.
It would actually come to both of your minds to remember that during the fight at the very end, whatever weapon had left the hand of Vale seemed to absorb all of the fluids from these bodies, leaving them as shriveled masses.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Vale, your sword sucks!
Literally and figuratively.
Well, so much for that investigation. Thank you for your time, Rowan. Apologies.
My apologies for the lack of results.
Well, I think we're going to find out what is happening one way or the other through this portal. Let's perform our short rest and let everyone relax. But I have one question to all of us. If there is a portal and we must go through to close it, who is willing to go through?
I am required to deal with this portal one way or another, so regardless of your feelings on the matter, I must close this portal.
I'm curious, so I suppose I will go along. Although I don't know how much help I'll be. Wait, am I there with you guys?
Yeah, we're all resting now.
Yeah.
You guys, in a short rest, can utilize some of your hit die to rejuvenate health if you wish.
And Song of Rest, of course, increases the amount of health you get back.
Thank you, Miss Naya.
Oh, actually.
You greatly underestimate your words of encouragement as the party goes out to battle.
Naya, you do notice that Mortis is increasingly uncomfortable in the darkness as he stares towards the opening of the door. You don't know what may be going through his long dead mind, but he definitely looks on edge.
Nia scoots over to hook an arm around his and gives him a little nudge. What's on your mind?
So, first off,
Feeling like that when calamari.
Nia stiffens. Oh. Do you want to stay back, perhaps? If it's the same...
It's an immediate shake of head. He is very much unwilling to leave your side.
Nia reaches up with her other hand, just grabs his head, gives it a little shake. Just let me know if it starts to feel overwhelming and we'll get you out of there, all right?
Not without you.
She sighs and shakes his head and he's like, yes, I know. We'll go together, all right?
There's almost a very gentle nod. It's very, I don't want to use the word rigor mortis because it's kind of funny, but very, very slow head nod. Vale, what have you been up to?
Vale's just kind of quietly observing things.
Okay. And Merc?
The Echo is watching for anything trying to get in, and
we determine
Merc is kind of.
We're guessing it's going to be in front of us.
I don't know what he would be doing. Maybe checking his weapon to make sure it's okay, because it has been down here a while.
Surprisingly, the metal that your weapon is made of has kept it in really good condition. You kind of look it over and notice that it has not created any major blemishes that you couldn't probably get out with a good cleaning.
Okay, he would probably proceed to do that then if he notices anything wrong with it.
For what it's
Go ahead.
I was going to say, for what it's worth, Nox is going to message Captain Amara and give her a situation update and let her know that there is a portal down here, and if they disappear for an extended period of time, call a search party after about 24 hours.
You don't get a response from the ship. Wait. Do you have your walkie-talkies?
I was going to use his chirp, yeah.
Yeah, if you're calling the ship, you get no response.
She was going to do, don't forget that her and Clank were going to do research on that library. So it might just be that they're not on the ship.
Or the portal is screwing with our communication capabilities.
You did have a sending stone. Whatever happened with those?
Did I take sending stones today? Yes, I did.
Did you hand those out to her, or might have just passed?
I can't recall.
Okay.
I would like to say that if we were separating, knowing that she's going away from the ship, he would have handed them to her, but she wasn't at the bar last night, was she?
Yeah, she was.
No, she was with you.
The only one who actually got a decent sleep.
Yeah, until, crap happened.
Okay, then, yes, if she was at the bar, I'd say if it's cool with you, thinking back, he would have handed it to her, knowing that the chirps can only do so much. And since she was there, he could actually imbue the sending stones to work. Because every 24 hours he has to re-imbue them, so if she wasn't beside him, it would have faded.
Roll me a D100 and call high or low.
1 sec. Let's go low. 8.
I would say that you went ahead and did give her one of these. The response back is kind of broken, but you do hear from her. I can't talk right now, but okay. I'll meet up with y'all later. Shh. She definitely seems to be whispering back in.
Yep, probably. She's probably at the library. Good on her. Respecting intelligence and the peace and state of mind. Also, compression, perform repair rites. And compression, you're going to see like his body kind of half open. Little robots are going to start crawling out of him and start like welding his metal back together.
Now, I do a lot of body horror, but that one's going to hold with me. Noted. Hunziker, any final thoughts before your short rest?
Nah, probably just having a snack. Nah.
And Rovan, anything from you?
No, not at this time.
Okay, you guys do take your 1 hour break. It is currently 1 p.m., roughly about 1 p.m.
Sorry, Nox was going to do one more thing.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
He's going to look at the party after saying that, and like as we're getting ready, he's going to reiterate. Again, are we willing to all go through this portal if we have to disable it? I know Rowan said he will do whatever it takes. We have no idea what might happen on that side.
Might be a good idea for one of us to stay back, so I might stay on this side. Just that way, in case we need, then you're able to get back again.
Who says there's no way we can completely close it from this side?
Yeah, we don't know, honestly, so we'll have to wait and see.
Sorry, quick question. I'm currently reading Compression's stuff, and he has hit dice and the ability to repair, but it's not just him, it repairs other things. Can he still use hit dice to heal himself?
If he has the ability to use hit dice, I will say yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
But you guys discuss things over, take your break, eat some snacks, enjoy some nuts, think about the fact that a bunch of goblins just rode a giant alligator that you guys had fought wrestling and did it quite in a nonchalant fashion. And somewhere in the distance you can still hear some whistling.
Who here thinks that those goblins have to play that song until they get the gator to where they need to? Poor goblins' lungs may be blown after that.
Yeah, they seem like they enjoy it, so I think it's fine.
This is their water god. I think they're very willing.
Sorry, what was that?
I just said this is their water guards. Their water gods. They're very willing.
Yeah, I was saying something along the same lines. I was saying, yes, they're water guards. They're water gods, so I'm sure they're okay with it.
Well, sucks to be them.
They're out of trouble, and so is she.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Vale's just gonna fix him with this very piercing look that even though he can't see it, he can most certainly feel it.
In the darkness of her hood, you feel two glaring eyes back at you.
I'll take that as thank you.
Well, whenever you're ready, you guys can sit, stay, play a game, enjoy life, continue, go back, up, down, left, right, backspace, backspace.
Well, are we ready to do this, everyone?
Yep,
No.
sounds alright.
Yeah, whenever everyone else is ready to go, let's get this over with.
Nox is going to check his pistol, make sure it's fully loaded, snap the chamber shut, holster it, shield on his back and pull out his rifle.
I was about to play a gun sound when I realized that is not the reloading sound. So I will work on getting a reloading sound. But yeah, you go ahead and start progressing when you're ready. The steel door that Merc's Echo has been staring at has not been moving or making any sound. You haven't noticed any further squishing or any noises.
Merc will ask,
Which way do we want to go?
I believe our exit is southward. Unless anyone else is aware of any other doors, that makes sense to me. Rowan, are you able to pinpoint location of a portal, or just you know it's there?
Only able to detect its location. I cannot provide direction, fortunately.
That's the best you can do. At least we understand where there is one here.
The door that you approach there, Merc, is much more sophisticated in design than the shield doors. I apologize, I only had one template that you had seen the goblins using to barricade their locations. This one is definitely more old in design. It actually kind of matches more of the architecture of the previous rooms you guys had been in with the Water God.
does it have like a door handle or everything?
You can push it.
Okay, he would have the Echo push the door open. Or attempt to. Does it move?
It does.
Oh, Small Potato has come to me to see what is going on here.
Small potato juice.
So like my cat, I call her Small Potato.
You look inside of the room and notice what looks to be like a large symbolic red design on the floor. In a room across from you, you notice a similar design of but this one more of a tan design, more of a tan color.
He would send the Echo in first.
The room is clear. Did he step onto the paddle?
No, he went around.
Okay.
We know better.
That's as far as he'll move.
Mac, what do you see through your image?
I can.
What do you see?
Bunch. Oh, I guess I should put on my voice 1 second.
Bunch of empty rooms with strange patterns on the floor.
Are these in patterns in separate rooms? Oh, that Merc walks away from him.
They seem to be as he walks away. But
As he walks away, he says they seem to be.
I will
I
concur.
recommend that we avoid stepping on the odd colored tiles.
I am in agreement. Compression, hold position, avoid the tiles in the middle of the rooms.
there's also another door over here, Heroes.
As you
I keep narrating in the wrong voice. So.
You're fine. As you enter into your room there, Merc, you do notice this one is colored blue with a different symbol. As you guys look across, as your Echo looks across, he does know another one. This one's of yellow. The door that he sees across looks to be flat, and on it are 4 symbols of candles.
The door on the far side seems to have some symbols on it. They look like candles.
Candles.
So, you'll relay that to the rest of the group.
You're right.
Yes, there's knocking.
Huh. Clearly a puzzle of some sort. Curses, we should have inquired with the kobold.
I believe they mentioned to you before about the upcoming rooms, one of which was noted as, and I quote, share the pain.
Should I have my Echo step on one of those and see what happens?
How many of those can you summon?
As many as we need.
I suggest everyone get ready for combat just in case, and... oh, for science!
Naya, are you and Mortis staying outside of the room?
No, we're also coming. I'm just waiting for them to be moved
Oh, you're fine. I just wanted to confirm.
I guess we're over here since...
Maybe we shouldn't do this? Because he's confirming if we're all in the room or not?
Well, we wouldn't know that.
I know that Naya's character sometimes doesn't move as quickly as I think in my head it does, and that's why I'm just trying to confirm where she is.
I just don't know why she...
You are fine.
What did Sadie do? Did she get out again?
You want me to step on one? Is that the plan, party?
Go for it.
Alrighty. What's the worst that can happen, right?
Oh God, no! You've jinxed it.
Did.
The Echo steps onto the yellow tile, and you notice... the first thing you notice is that the door's last candle lights up in a bright yellow, and I need a con save from him. I know he probably doesn't have a con save. I'm just asking.
1 second. Is it to put a condition on it?
No.
Okay. Yes, I can roll a con save for him. He uses my con. Which was a nat 20.
He takes 1 point of lightning damage as the room fills with lightning.
Just him or all of them?
Just that one room.
80.
Well, he's gone. And then I'll immediately summon a new one in... has to be within 15 feet of me, so I will summon it here.
You delete the token, and then I have to remake the whole damn token again.
So he stepped on it and got shocked with lightning and disappeared. It definitely damaged him. He can't take much pain.
Are you considering pain like a scrape of the knee?
As he gets summoned back, he looks back towards the door, and the candle color disappears.
When he stepped on it, it did light up one of the candles on the door.
Because I'm probably the only one who can actually see that door right now through the echo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it looks like maybe different people are gonna have to step on each of them. I'm a little allergic to getting hurt, so I prefer if it wasn't me.
I think compression will be suitable for this.
Let me try something first.
and he will have his echo use his pole arm to press down the lightning one.
Con save.
$17.
He takes 2 points of lightning damage as the room fills with lightning. You're gonna keep making me. You could just tell me you're gonna remake the thing.
Oh, did I delete it?
Yeah, you keep deleting it, and I have to keep
I'm
making
sorry.
another one.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. I was just like, oh, I see how it is.
It's a DM habit. I'm very sorry.
I know, you're fine. I was just like, wait, how are you able to do it?
So, he doesn't have to be on it. You can use a weapon or something to do it, but you still took damage.
Sorry, Sean. I will stop deleting.
Oh,
them
you're
now.
fine. Just let me. You can still delete them. I'm just gonna make a copy and put it somewhere.
Okay. I'm very sorry, Sean. I didn't even think about that.
We're all good. I got my copy now.
Yeah, I still don't want to do it.
So they require being stepped on simultaneously, correct?
By the way, likewise before, the candle had lit up, and then as soon as the echo had disappeared and came back, the candle light had gone back out.
I think we might be able to trick it and reduce damage by compression stepping on one, those that are healthy enough to step on two others, and immediately after having this echo step on it, it might trigger it.
But it seems to go out as soon as the echo disappears, so I don't think we'll be able to get to with that. Very well, let us do this.
Rovan, you step on yours. I need a con save.
Compression isn't even in position yet. Yeah. Hey.
You take 2 points of force damage as you feel wind suddenly smack into your chest.
At that point, Nox is going to see that Rovan just stepped on it. Compression, step on that one there! He's going to point to the red one.
You know,
Vale's gonna step on hers.
Merc will step on this one.
Veil, compression, and Merc. I need Constitution saves.
That's bad. 12.
18...
18.
22.
Merc is going to take 3 points of lightning damage. Veil, you take 2 points of cold damage. And who is in the room with compression? Hunziker, I also technically need, and Naya, I also technically need a con save.
And Nox.
And Nox.
Oh, well, damn it. That's what I didn't want.
And I'll roll for the echo as well.
Nat 20, so that's good.
Oh god, I rolled a fucking 1.
Oh no!
My echo did as well. Oh dear.
Well, I was going to say, doesn't your echo only have, like, 1 hit point?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he disappeared as he took
I'm not
damage.
gonna delete it this time, Sean.
That's fine. I'm assuming you're going to bring it back again.
I've got 2 chronal shifts. I haven't used any yet. I'll use one. You can re-roll, Naya.
Thank you.
Nox rolled a dirty
Rewind
20.
time. Hopefully it's a bit better.
If you passed with a 14 or higher,
Well, never mind.
This sucks.
if you passed, you take 2 points of fire damage. If you failed, you take 4. The only one who didn't technically get hit was Mortis, who's standing in the middle.
So this door is open now?
Avoid the middle, perchance?
All 4 lights, each one illuminating with a different color on the candle lights, light up, and the door slides open.
Ow!
Yeah, just, like,
I would send the
pat
echo
little-
through first.
Oh, I moved you, Heisinger.
Just in case.
I moved you, Heisinger, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
It worked. I didn't realize I could do that.
We're here.
They singed my outfit.
Mia looks at him and yeah, same. Pats at her shoulder where there's a visible scorch mark.
All right, and I'll mend your clothing.
Thank you.
Let's say, what did they say about this room again?
What did they say?
Don't step in the middle, is what they said, I believe.
Oops.
We had to get the door open, I suppose.
What's the worst that could happen?
You guys slowly funnel into a large dome-shaped room. Give me a perception check.
Everybody?
Anyone in the room.
That count us in the tunnel or no?
18.
If you are in the room.
15.
Does that count us in
Actually-
the tunnel in the back?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay. See, that's what I was asking. I'm not like I don't know if I'm. I don't
Oh
know
no,
if I'm
you're
in the
fine.
room or not, so.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, Merc, and anyone I'm going to say who gets above a 12, you notice right before the Echo's feet, literally right before the Echo's feet, there seems to be what looks to be like a false tarp that is mimicking that of the floor.
I would do your best to not step in the middle there.
Again, the Merc and the Echo would nod creepily in unison.
Yeah, let's see about this. I'll send like the little raven I have on my staff, like get it to kind of like snatch at the ground and where. So I'm guessing that would be about there, eh?
Yeah, like the 9 squares in the center there.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of swoop down, like try, like kind of grab at the ground, especially if it looks like a tarp.
It gets a hold of what seems to be this fake floor.
Well, all right then.
I'm assuming there's like a passageway or a door over here.
You are. I gotta. It was easier with the dynamic lighting. I didn't have to touch things.
Turn the dynamic lighting back on.
No, God, no. All right, we're quite fine without it. We're doing okay. I can still control the movement.
Apparently he's having PTSD from that.
Hold where you are just so I can angle this if you don't mind.
That's fine. Yep. If someone else wants to go first, they can. I just think it's best if the Echo goes first.
I'm inclined to agree with your assessment.
You enter into what looks to be a hallway that spreads in 2 different directions. To your north looks to be like a continued hallway. To your south, you do notice a pair of doors, one of which, on one side, holds a blue marker, the other one, a red.
Merc would relay all that to the party and ask.
North or south?
South.
The doors you approach are sophisticatedly intricate, same as you had been before. Like I said, on the one side, you notice a large rune that's similar in color as well as design as that rune you saw up on the wall in the crocodile's tomb. The other one has a red one, different in design and different color.
Merc would shout back to the party.
I think we found where your loon goes.
Fox, I believe you have the room, correct?
Yep, right here.
Would you please do the honors?
Nox is going to move up. Compression is going to flank him. Oh. There we go. This side.
The Echo really wants to protect Compression as it continues to body block him in every direction, being like, no, I've got you. No, this is what I'm here for. Master said so. No, I've got you.
I like to call that a Canadian standoff.
Let me.
Exactly.
Nox, you look at the symbol on your rune and it does match that of the door.
Nox is going to touch the symbol against the door.
The magic that holds within this arcane lock dissipates on that side, and you notice that the bright blue of your stone goes to almost a diminished blue. There's still magic within it, but it is at this time seems to be activated. And the arcane rune on the right side goes out.
Nox is going to step back from the door. We got an entrance!
Are you sure we don't need a second one?
Possibility that it's in this location.
I do not believe we have a second key.
An echo will push on the door.
Or if there's a handle, try and open it or something.
There is a handle.
He'll try and open it.
It doesn't open.
Okay. The Echo and Mercury will look at Nox and they'll both shake their head, again creepily in unison.
You are something special, that's for sure.
He's aware.
You turn back and take the north path and notice a set of doors.
Anything else?
Just a set of doors similar to that of the opposite side.
Oh, they have the blue and the red?
No markings on these ones.
No marking on these ones. The Echo will move up and he'll look at the party and ask,
Are we ready to try this one?
Are you?
I might have a solution I'd like to try on that if we do not have the rune for it.
sure.
Well, did you say there wasn't a rune on this one or different types of rune?
There's no rune on this one.
Oh,
This one does not have runes.
excellent. Oh, never mind then.
I just wanted to give people the chance to get in position, move around where they want to be before he opens the door.
I see.
Does he open the door?
Once everybody appears to be ready, the Echo would open the door. The door opens for him, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
These hallways look to be more man-made.
Okay. As opposed to up until now, it's been mostly natural caverns.
A lot of it's been natural cavern.
So this would match more where we found the gator.
Yes.
Okay. He would relay that to the party and just be like, the construction here seems a little different.
Rather fascinating.
that's where my vision ends, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Making artificial dynamic lighting is... I'm using, like, lines to determine how far you can see.
Well, it'd be based on the light from the lantern, right?
Yes.
There appear to be a bunch of branching hallways. Which way would you like to go? Or do we want to all separate and each choose our own path?
Whichever we do, could we all stick together?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Naya, Mortis, Rovan, are you guys investigating?
Yep, we certainly are. This is okay.
Do any of the passageways seem different? I mean, do I hear anything? Do I...
You could do a perception check.
All right, perception checks all around.
The rightmost three passages seem to appear to show the most foot traffic kind of indications.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
You rolled a 19 and Mortis rolled an 18.
I was like, it's cool. I mean, yeah.
20 and 19.
Natural 38 there, I see.
Natural 38.
Jesus!
No, it was just... I just rolled the
Too
two
late.
dice at the
Too
same
late.
time. God.
Mortis's eyes grow in all directions as he's like, I see all, and all within me. Sister, I am, and was before. I am everything and nothing at the same time. Are you okay? I am not, and I am at the same time. But all three passages on the right do appear to show evidence of more foot traffic.
Do you want to just check them all one at a time?
These do not look very big for people to pass through. I suggest those that can do a fight up close go first, and those that cannot should remain in a central hall for now. Unless anyone has objections.
Boven going off on his own, I see.
I was following the suggestion. Oh, no, those are the left. All right. I will. Robin will follow. Merc.
How tall is the ceiling here?
About 10 feet.
Okay, good. He could reach up and touch the ceiling if he needed. Is that like a natural cave wall? Oh my.
There appears to be another chamber ahead.
Well. That's totally not ominous. Totally not ominous. Totally not ominous.
Are you casting magic?
No, this is just how he expresses her thoughts.
Small little butterflies start to fly off from different directions as your brother kind of puts his hand on your shoulder like, you're casting again. Sorry.
She pats his hand like, thank you for that out. Oh.
I'm just messing with you.
No, I like that though. The flavor is good.
You enter into the room and you do see another sarcophagus, and embedded into it, you do notice a red rune.
Huh.
Well, I suppose we should fire that rune and see what's in the box. Here.
I am totally going to go ahead and download what's in the fucking box.
The Echo would nudge the sarcophagus.
You nudge it. It nudges. Similar to before, you.
Inside the last one, right? Sorry.
There was.
Alright, not seeing any immediate threats. I think Merc would try and open it. Sorry, you were going to say something?
No, I was just going to say this one, similar to before, you can notice that the rune itself is embedded into the stone fixture of the sarcophagus.
Oh, into the sarcophagus itself.
Yes.
Then maybe he would wait and let them do what they need to with the rune first. Does everybody see the rune, or only me and Rovan?
Anyone in the room, or anyone with a direct line of sight to the sarcophagus, except for Vale, who appears to
Vale will be over there in a second. Sorry.
be
I
guarding.
grabbed the other one, so feel free to go ahead and grab that one.
Does that rune look like the same one as in the other sarcophagus room?
Other than the fact that the color red and of a different symbol, it does appear to be enchanted with the same arcane lock.
Fascinating.
I must say, these.
It's good to know that we have a young archaeologist along with us. Vale's gonna like walk over the wall and just stand awkwardly over top to see if she, like, from the ceiling, to see if she can get a better view while still being out of the way.
Give me a perception check from looking down.
$19.
Looking from the top down, and I couldn't get a symbol, so I apologize. You get a better visual of the room. It may have been hard to see with the water from before, but you do notice that the floor and ways things are angled do seem to show a symbol.
Symbol I recognize?
You can do a religion check.
Six.
It's not one you directly recognize, but you would guess that this room was, at least the floor, have things arranged in almost a shrine-like manner.
So while she's marching back to, you know, ground as opposed to ceiling. So this entire spot looks like it was probably a shrine. Mind your feet.
That's the shrine that our goblin friends were referring to.
These things that you're finding, which once again I apologize I couldn't get an actual symbol, does not recognize any goblinry you pick up on. You do notice that this sarcophagus is much smaller.
Well, I mean, don't all stand out there at once.
Well, me and Knox got the last one, so figure we share the spotlight.
Let's roll the wander over to the sarcophagus and the lid.
And open the lid, okay. Merc would assist you if there's any kind of check.
I need a strength check to push the lid off, if you are.
I am assisting him, so it should be with advantage.
Please
That's
tell
how
me
you're
you
running it.
check for traps.
With advantage 13.
Okay. I think I did like a 12, I think, for the last one. You guys push on the lid together, and with a... apologize. The lid slowly pushes off to the... Are you pushing it fully off to the side, or are you just kind of opening it up a little bit?
We're just opening it up a little bit.
You open it up a little bit, and you do notice what looks to be like a series of belongings inside, and probably a skeletal foot.
Does one have a boot on it?
There is no there is no boot on it.
No.
Well, can we examine the belongings, see if there's anything worth pillaging?
Don't we have to pull it completely off first?
I'm gonna say you only got about like a square foot by foot of seeable thing. That's all you can really get unless you're gonna fully open it, or at least do it more.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Let's take it off.
Merc will. Do you want athletics, Sean? What do you want? Strength?
One more. Yeah, another athletics check.
18. And are you assisting, Drew?
I'm assisting. I got a...
Oh, isn't it just roll with advantage?
I got a 19 on my first roll.
You push the lid off, and immediately the inside of the sarcophagus fills with a black smoke. But it does not flow over.
That's not ominous at all.
It's almost as if you're looking at dry ice, but it's black. Just floating right at the lip. Occasionally a little bit flows over.
Yeah, looks notices. Are you getting that feeling again, or is it any stronger?
You watch your brother kind of take a second to kind of like put his head to the sky, and he steps. Oh God. Okay. No. Okay. Stop. Sorry, I had reveal, and I was about to reveal like the whole map, and I was like, nope, not that much. You notice he kind of just like steps forward. He kind of gets closer to the sarcophagus and kind of like inches his face closer, kind of like seeing if he himself picks up on it.
He's along behind him, because like, oh no, hey, wait.
He sticks his hand into the sarcophagus, into the dark.
He's like, wait.
And you watch him as he kind of like fiddles around, almost like he's catfishing.
The fact I know that entails is hilarious.
Yeah, I don't. Somebody explain?
Essentially, catfish is very predatory.
Noodling.
Like, stick your hand in the water and wiggle the fingers around. It will try and bite your hand, and you can pull it out.
Honestly, just believe him, like, with his, like, I can see him with his tongue clenched between his teeth at the side of his mouth, going...
I mean,
Found something!
Well, it is the provenance of little brothers to be obnoxious, I'm given to understand.
After 6 seconds or so, you see him pull up what looks to be like an iron symbol in his hand that is producing this black smoke. It's flowing down his arm.
Nia is like, okay. She opens the bag holding and is like, just drop it in here for now.
Anyone who can see it can do a religion check before she drops it in.
All right, I'm going to definitely do that. Where's my sheet? There it is. Religion. I don't think. Yeah, whatever.
How would I know this, though? Is my question.
You know what?
I know nothing. I am Jon fucking Snow, apparently.
You have been around long enough to know religions.
18.
Yeah, but I have no memories.
Nope. All kind of freaked out about the.
This like jogged your memory. Now you have a memory.
You guys are kind of freaked out by the concept of that this undead just reached in, pulled out something that is producing black smoke, and just dropped it in.
I got a 20.
16 for me.
As you know what, I'll message. Did anyone else get any good responses?
No, Nova just got 18.
Oh, Nova, you
I got
got
20.
18.
Yeah.
And you got 20. Okay, good. Hold
Nova
on.
did better than me.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Concerning, but makes sense for what's around here.
Yeah, it looks like something from the Drow planet, which makes sense. We saw the Drow with some Drows and stuff, so that would explain the portal, maybe.
There are Drow here too, and an Underdark.
You may want to explain for those who didn't get as good of a reading.
Are we potentially suggesting that there is a portal in this area to Lost Realm or the Underdark? As we're already in the Underdark.
Probably just to. It wouldn't surprise me if it's just to a planet of the Drow. I guess there's like Aben Debuth. Is that how I pronounce it, Sean?
Aben Debuth.
Oh, okay. But like that one's it's just the Drow planet, so could just be like a portal to that planet itself. I guess that one's a god of night.
Arabin, if I recall.
Yeah.
That was probably the most natural conversation that Nox and Heisinger just had, too.
As the smoke clears from inside, you also notice immediately as you put the symbol into the bag, the smoke cleared very quickly. Inside of the sarcophagus, you do note a very small skeleton, which is elaborately adorned in what you would believe to be drow clothes, probably of that of royalty. You see a small straw doll that seems to have a sweet scent.
What kind of scent?
Eucalyptus?
Son of a bitch. That's not very sweet.
No, it's very herbal. It's Vicks Vapor Rub.
That's precisely.
Sugarcane.
It smells like Vicks Vapor Rub.
How about sweetgrass?
Sweetgrass is pretty sweet. Yeah.
Things you learned as a DM.
Yeah, apparently I didn't know I was supposed to know about the flavors of sweetgrass. You do also notice, digging through, one ornate dagger worth about 100 gold pieces, a mithril coin, did you guys hear those last two parts, or y'all may call back? It was an ornate dagger. Oh, I'm so sorry. You guys also find an ornate dagger worth about 100 gold. You also find a mithril coin. You found the sweet-smelling straw doll. You do find several old candles that are still glowing with a faint green flame. You find a vial of what you'd suspect to be...
Candles are still glowing?
Yes.
Oh, that's unnerving. Continue.
There's no flame. It's just glowing.
What color are the candles?
They are white candles that are glowing a green.
That's so creepy. So they're glow in the dark.
You do notice a vial of what... You notice a vial with fluid in it with that's labeled in something. Anyone can speak Underdark?
Me. Undercommon.
Reading it, you do recognize, hey there, fucker, that it does say the word dreams. And a closer inspection lets you kind of see that it looks to be a vial of blood.
Dream blood?
Quick thought here, GM. Why not a quick stretch break?
Yeah, I was about to call for that. So as you guys are finishing up, going through this individual's belongings, everyone suddenly has the urge to pee.
I told you, watch out. Those nanites are, they consume a lot of energy and waste.
Ah.
Well, you can't just, like, be healed. Well, yes, we do have the ability to heal magically, but no, there are limitations for being so convenient as the fact that, the dead material is shunted off. And either there's a giant pile of dead stuff beside you, or you just naturally excrete it. I'm talking too much about this, aren't I?
Not too much.
How long of a break are we doing? Sorry?
We're doing a quick 10-minute break.
Okay.
Hello, Falcon.
Hello, Falcon.
Drew, quick question.
Yes.
I'm going to pause the recording for this.
Sorry, we are officially actually pushing the record button.
You cannot win, Sean. You cannot win.
I know. So you've raided the sarcophagus and you've acquired the red rune. Where will you go?
To infinity and beyond!
It's a good thing nobody's actually seriously asking you.
We have the
The
key.
lock is one more and we want to open the door.
Are we checking out those other hallways and stuff?
I believe we're beholden to at least explore them. Last thing we need is something unknown coming up behind us, and who knows? Last thing we also want is to discover we need a key, and we'll find it over here. Okay, should be coming through.
Pick one.
I'm trying to stay in the good spots for you, Rob, since I know you don't have that way I've got the lantern going.
I appreciate that.
He has to chase after you.
I'm trying to keep the echo 15 feet in front of me, because if it goes more than 30 feet away from me, it disappears. That's convenient.
All roads lead to Rome.
A mimic chest.
There's a treasure chest up here.
How do we know it's a treasure chest and not a something else chest?
It's
Recommend killing it with fire.
Poke it with a
Stab
shiny!
it first.
He will poke it with his weapon. The clone or the echo will with the glaive.
the box seems to shift to the left. It does look fairly ramshackled together.
Can you lever it open with the tip of your glaive?
I don't know, GM, can I? It's essentially like an 8-foot pole with a blade on the end.
That's some serious fucking leverage.
A sleight of glaive check?
I'm so very
Wouldn't
glad I
this be
didn't have
strength because I'm leveraging?
I guess. It's a weird version of dexterity / strength.
dexterity, huh?
Oh.
Dexterity.
No, I totally fail.
You push the
Yeah,
box
because
over
we're
and
working
you
with
watch it
dexterity.
shift against the back wall. It's on its side now.
That was a nat 1.
It wasn't that one.
I heard there was a treasure chest. Would somebody move out of the way?
Mercury will be like, I'll keep scouting.
What happens if your Echo's weapon shatters?
Can't. It's my weapon attacking through the Echo.
That's really cool. What do we need to roll to open this fucker?
Sleight of hand.
You do have thieves' tools, right?
Bale's gonna turn and look at Nox with the same, like, piercing, unseeable but felt look that makes the hairs on the back of his neck go up, and not answer, and then slowly turn back to her goddamn chest.
There's no hallway in front of my prime body, is there, Sean?
There
What did
is
you roll?
nothing further, no.
Okay.
17.
Okay, good. So what you
17,
said, I
you
thought
are
was
able
like,
to crack open the chest fairly easily.
Press.
The lock on
Oh.
it seems to be severely damaged in a obtuse attack
Hey, that was a very acute attack, thank you very much.
by a sleight of glaive move. Inside you find an old shoelace, a old rotten apple core, 17 pieces of copper, 13 pieces of broken bottle, a old tankard for drinking, 2 broken plates, and a series of bits and baubles and some shells.
It's the goblin shiny.
It's
I-
the guy.
apparently all 3 of us just kind of said that at the same time. Goblin shinies.
I
Sounds
agree
about right.
with all of you. Find me something useful to open that actually has
Loot!
This may be more valuable than you think. We did we did contract with the goblins to return their shinies to them.
I'll borrow a beach full of shells for them.
It would not be the same. That's their shinies. I'm sure they would be very happy with the shells, but we've vowed to return these goods to these goblins.
Well, here's a dumb fucking question. If they knew where their goddamn shinies were, and it was in a chest that was poorly locked,
That's pretty goblin standard.
how the fuck did they lose their own shiny collection?
They didn't lose it. They were scared to come and get it. There are the creepy crawlies here. The
We'll be
scary
happy to have
things.
this back.
For what it's worth, Nox is going to collect all those things and title it Goblin Shinies.
Does this corridor just end here, Sean?
Nope.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Never trust a goblin to do a rogue's job.
At the end of the hallway, you do notice another box, but on this one, it does seem to have a burned hole on the side.
I was wondering what that was.
A burned hole. Once again, I poke it with the glaive.
Sleight of glaive check?
No, I'm not trying to open it. I'm trying to poke it to make sure it doesn't move at me.
It does not.
Okay. I poke it harder just to be sure.
It still does not.
Just
Does
tell
this
it its
one-
mother has
does-
Ami boots.
Does this one appear to be sturdier?
Nope, it's about the same.
Okay.
With the hole in the side, right?
Got another chest over here as the echo walks
You do-
past everybody.
More shape than the last one.
About the same, apparently.
Then I have a feeling you could probably deal with it yourself. I highly doubt you'll even need my skills. We could develop your sleight of glaive check. That sounds like a lovely idea.
I'm the trap finder, not the chest opener. There's 2 different things.
Nox is going to go over and see if he can pick it. He's gonna whip out his money tool.
There's a large hole in the side of it.
Oh,
Ignoring
like
the hole. Nox goes and continues to try and pick it.
I thought it was a small hole.
I mean,
No, like a side is missing.
Okay, Nox is gonna like kind of crawl in and see, kind of.
Oh, I didn't realize that was.
How
that
small
bad.
is Nox?
Oh, he's a gnome.
It's like a footlocker.
Tiny.
Well, no, he's not gonna crawl all the way in. He's just gonna like poke his head in and look up, see if there's any writing on the upper side.
You notice a significantly large amount of other odds and baubles and bits and pieces, things of broken nature, broken glass here and there, a boot.
Go grab the boot.
Is it a familiar boot?
You'll have to ask Nox.
No one's shown me the other boot, I don't think. Oh no, wait, did I do an Arcana check
Yes,
on
you
it?
did.
Okay, so if I see this boot, is it going to look familiar to the one I saw?
It does.
I found it!
What on? Sorry.
Nox is going to pull himself out of the box. I found the other boot.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to tell if it is equally as magical as the other?
Nox will do an Arcana check and whip out his screwdriver and start scanning with it.
You can do an Arcana check if you want.
And it disappeared off the fucking table.
Well, the boot's gone. It went off the fucking table.
I have honestly been spending way too much time on my 22-year-old coworker because I found the other one. I found the boot. What else did you say? Does it match the other one? And all I could think of was like, God damn it. That's what he said.
16.
This is the other boot.
That's what I'm talking about.
There we go. Knew that was happening.
Nox will walk out, find Naya, and hand the boot to Naya. You have the other one, right?
I certainly do.
Well, if your feet are ever uncomfortable, these are the boots for it.
Oh, that's always nice.
They didn't have like a +1 to them or anything, right? Just the fact that
Nope, they are just boots of comfort.
Comfy boots. Supernaturally comfy boots.
If one was to put them on and simply tap your heels, you suddenly feel like you're wearing slippers.
That sounds great. Oh my god, I want them.
Sounds delightful.
Nox was just about to say, maybe we give these to Vale and she'll have a better attitude in the future. Maybe her shoes really suck.
What?
And we're beginning
I wonder
combat.
if you're more of these. Mia's just like looking at them in interest, like,
We're in combat, Sean?
No, I thought that Vale was about to begin combat from that statement.
They'll do so in
I see.
reality.
Really? Really? What are you, ganging up on me with a fucking dragonborn? What the fuck is wrong with you, you bastard?
You know what the best part was? That most of that was censored, so thank you for the folks at home who could only hear so much of that.
Unfortunately, my
Auto-censor.
microphone will hear all of that very clear.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Because my microphone's always recording. Actually, I should probably turn it just to push to talk for this. But anyways, shall we continue on then?
Depends on if you all think I've got a problem.
Do you want some sandals?
Vale's about 0.5 of a second away from quitting the game. She's being bullied.
Bully, try to make it comfortable.
I'm gonna bite you all. Problem solved.
Hopefully no gas. Anyway, what are you gonna do?
Mercury, while I was in there, did you just explore the rest of the place?
Why, Les? It helps when one hallway loops around into another one.
No doors at all?
No doors.
No doors. Just a bunch of goblin shinies.
Boots, apparently.
I love how fucking Warforged even called them shinies. Well then,
Robot has a sense of humor.
let's continue on then.
The shiny robot
Domo
has a sense of
arigato?
shiny humor.
Human.
I mean, you can offer him as trade. Watch her.
He's being traded away.
Nox, you approach the door and do notice that your red rune, or the rune that one of y'all collected, does match that of the other.
I think actually it was handed to Nox.
Whoever has it, I apologize. I didn't get a collected answer.
Shall we get ready for combat? Is anyone able to identify this combat over potential hostiles?
Sorry, I totally missed that, Nick.
Just prepare for combat, and is there anyone that can detect if there's combat on the other side?
You could do a perception.
Let's do that.
Well, I wonder if Rovin's ranger sense would work here.
I can sense creatures within 1 mile. That is the best that I can do.
You can go ahead if you like.
Sure, so Rovin will kind of lean against the wall, close his eyes. His breathing will slow, and he will use primeval awareness to get a gauge of what's in the immediate vicinity. So, coming out of his trance and opening his eyes, he will let the rest of the party know that we will be dealing with undead. I don't think I'm simply picking up on Mia's brother. I believe there's undead in there.
I'm going to say that now that you've kind of been around Nia's brother and other factors involved, you can kind of cancel them out of your head. It would be kind of unfortunate, and this is just me speaking out as a GM, to just simply be like, yes, you're constantly going off because somebody in your party happens to be. So I will say you can filter that one out.
Technically, is there like 2 undead in here?
There is
I don't
technically
technically count.
Yes, of course.
Vampires
I
are
wasn't
type
gonna
of
bring
undead.
that up.
Hunziker's been looking really sickly lately. He's actually undead.
No.
That suddenly explains so damn much.
Just a little dehydrated, that's all.
Sounds like he's trying to convince us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you apply the rune?
I say,
Me, I don't have it.
if no one has it, Nox will protrude it out of his hidden pocket and apply it.
The red rune goes ahead and flashes on the keystone. It then diminishes in color to just a faint red, and you notice that the wall scribe has disappeared, and you hear kind of almost a whoosh of air as one of the doors kind of cracks open a little bit.
Assuming like mercury and compression would push it open at the same moment, or the echo and compression. I'm assuming.
I'd say no, fuck it. Nox is going to say, open it together and enter. And that was more so to compression than Merc. Beer beat dog. Yeah, cheers, York.
Are we B or B?
Yeah, he'll be.
Is the child on the roof again?
No, there's a tiny. There's a 4-legged child that requires herself in.
Oh, Pupper.
I was going to be like, this somebody tie the damn child.
Yeah. Get that kid a leaf.
Apologies. Oh, what happened?
Leave them up there for a while this time, and make sure that they learn their lesson.
No, the thing is with the kid up on the roof, it was one of the friends that came over, and she was so scared up there. She was looking at me like, please don't drop me, please don't drop me. I'm just like, it's okay, I got you. Oh, thank God, you're way later than I expected you to be. I got you.
You crack open the tomb. You feeling more of the rush of air. And look down to see what looks to be the ends of a very long fight. On the very middle, you notice what appears to be an offering site. And on the very far end, standing at least 10 to 12 feet tall, is a large black totem. In the center of the totem is a glowing fragment. You will also see that is surrounded by a large dome of red that seems to swirl and move like fire. You notice at the bottom of the totem, it appears to be things of like that of skulls, melded into the stone and flesh like cement. And above it, a large shaft, probably where it came from.
First question.
Ceiling above it.
Yeah. Something hit this place and came right through. Nox is going to do an Arcana check.
Dale's gonna do a creepy check.
Nat 20.
What are you arcanaing for in particular?
Go with the stone.
The stone definitely does appear to be guarded by some kind of dome. Oh, the stone in the middle does appear to have particular parts to it that appear to be goblin in origin.
As I suspected, it takes those of the dead. I dare say it might even have a aura that drains one's life. That is merely a guess, though. But if there are bodies here, it is feeding off of them.
You do see a large number of skeletons, weapons that are sprawling across the floor, large amounts of papers, some in small piles, rubble falling around. This looks to have been some place that was under siege. The area above the totem looks almost like a mine shaft that had been above. You do also notice bits and pieces surrounding it, looking like that of goblin origin.
I dare say sense undead, Rowan, but I take it that this place would probably be screaming at you.
I have thankfully stopped concentrating on that at this point.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't allow you to see exactly what's undead, does it?
Unfortunately, my senses are not that attuned.
Impression, keep up with Mercury.
Which one?
Compression's going to look very confused and stick close to the closest one, realizing that one seems to disappear often. Usually the one up front.
Yeah, and Mortis are just sort of following along behind, as they do.
You can do another Arcana check if you want there.
That seems like a plan. Alright, cool.
And
19.
Nox, before I was about to say Nox, given your history, I was going to let you have advantage on this one.
Oh, okay, give me 1 sec. So 19.
I don't know it.
19. Wait, my history on this.
Two 19s?
No. It is the best one is 19.
As you funnel into the room, it definitely becomes evident that this totem was landed with impact on top of something. But when you're looking at the totem, you do pick up that glowing effect that's coming from the top of it. Looks to be similar to that of a shard. Similar to what you had.
Oh, this is a god shard. Heisinger, remember, we found one of these on the clown ship.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's probably not good. Maybe.
Does
I hope
this
as long as it's not clowns.
does this shard look familiar at all?
Each shard that you remember from your past, what little you experienced going by, had different particular effects or, kind of looks to it. This one does appear to be almost like a blood red that phases to orange and back to red. It almost seems to be producing like a black effect onto it, like a black smog.
So
What does it feel like?
It feels really uncomfortable in this room.
it is extremely uncomfortable in this room. I suspect the totem is tied to the portal. The totem is what is creating the portal. I suspect if we neutralize the totem, our portal problems will be solved.
Have I ever seen one of these shards active?
Yours that you remember that you had possessed was not active.
So I have no idea if removing this thing off the shrine would turn it off or not.
Does Cadros have anything useful to say?
If you can, try not to shatter the shard. I want to attempt something. If we can claim it, I seem to have a contact that's able to provide us with unique equipment. That's where I got this key from.
A contact?
We never had a chance to talk about what happened last night.
A contact that buys god shards.
I'll
God
explain
almighty,
later.
all of you nuts, after we've got a few dozen things to say to each other.
Well, I was going to till a dirty, dingy dwarf walked in.
He's paying us well, we're going to be nice to him for now until he can't pay us, and then we're going to kill him. And take all his money.
Anyways.
There's a dwarf at the bank who just got a shiver up his spine.
Keep on your guard, though.
Something feels wrong. Again, does Cadros have anything useful to say?
Something's fucky, something's fucky, something's fucky. There are
Vale, come over here for a second.
We're all going to die. I don't know what's going
Before anyone moves too much further, hopefully Vale. There you go. Vale's gonna move over, Nox is gonna cast guidance on her.
Good idea. Mia's going to come up and just give her a little clap on the shoulder and pass her a bardic.
For the next minute, I was gonna tell her what she's doing. Give me a second. For the next minute, any ability check you do, you add a d4.
On the further
sarcophagus beside me, Sean.
That is more of like where it appears to be that offerings were made.
If you want to go stealth.
You do notice similar things to that of Goblet Origin. I couldn't remove that totem. It's actually part of the map. But you do notice on the far end that there looks to be a part of the cave wall had collapsed in, and a further tunnel goes.
Oh, so there's a way out on the southwest there.
It hurts. Don't risk your life, but maybe if we break it like that, it will stop anything that might happen further.
Oh, darling, I got nothing better to do than risk my life. I'm going stealth.
And for what it's worth, Nox and Vale just had a small chat where Nox explained if she can, hide and remove the shard from the top if we get engaged in combat.
And that's exactly what I'm doing regardless of getting engaged in combat. I've got an 18.
Plus a d4.
This is for stealth?
Plus a d4, yes.
You meld with the shadows as you stay hidden behind. I mean, it's already all shadow down here. You avoid stepping on any of the broken pieces of rubble and paper. All the old weapons and instruments you find around definitely are of old age. Some of the papers here are ranging, but you keep yourself hidden well.
I've got a 20 in stealth. I dash into the unknown. Into the unknown.
So this thing that we're beside right now, GM, that's not a sarcophagus. That's a altar.
Yes, it's part of the map, but technically I'm going to make it an altar.
That's fine. Is there anything on it that looks familiar? Runes on it, writing?
You find several bowls, things that look to have old fruit and things inside.
So rotten? Are there flies?
No, it's been 6 months.
So it looks like there's fruit here.
It looks like there was food that was being offered.
Nothing else? Nothing that would look similar to the goblin shinies?
Nothing that looks to be the goblin shinies.
No, I mean like from what we have from the shinies. Like Nox essentially is going to place whatever. He's thinking the box back there may have been things placed on the altar, so he wants to put something on the altar if it's a goblin shiny.
Hold where you are there, Mercury. You're placing goblin shinies. I'm sorry.
If there's anything in there that looks like what he collected from the chest with goblin that we suspect was full of goblin shinies, he would like to put something on there as tribute. But if there's nothing that looks like it apart from food, then there's nothing he can do.
It was all food.
Okay, so he'll ignore it.
Merc, give me a perception check.
Seven.
It's really difficult to see, but you notice that something catches your eye. Right there.
Okay. Something shiny?
Something shiny, right past the totem.
This red bubble around the totem, how far out is it?
It's hugging the picture.
Okay.
The picture is more tall than it is wide.
Oh. I don't know if any of us. I'm just gonna look up and kind of point my lantern toward the ceiling. Like, how high are the ceilings here?
It is at least 20 to 30 feet up, and you do see at the very far end, right where the totem was, where there was appear to be a mine shaft.
Okay, and there's nothing hanging up on the ceiling that's gonna fall on us?
Not that you can see. Nope.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary. No stalactites. Nothing.
Well, we know there's no. We know Slytherin one somewhere.
As you approach the area, Merc, you do notice what looks to be like fragments of shining white metal right there. You can do an investigation check if you will.
Yeah. That's a better roll.
You can collect down that these appear to be of the same metal that you're familiar with. And the more you look it over, the more you realize that it was in the shape of a mace. These feel important.
Like, to me specifically?
Yes.
Okay, he would collect them and put them
When you-
in his backpack.
When you come into contact with the broken shard pieces of this mace, your echo disappears. Hold on, there's going to be some maneuvering. Your echo disappears, and everyone who's around Merc can see this. But almost in the same fashion that your echo is. Oh my god.
Eh? Huh?
Oh, things are waking up.
Uh-oh.
You see what looks to be like a false
Hi.
image coming up. You notice another Warforged who stands in the middle of the room surrounded by undead. And I apologize to those listening. I do have a voice modder, but I've been informed that it does not work with when I'm having Kenku up at the same time. So I apologize. I'm going to be reading these lines.
Can I just point out, is it just me, or does that Warforge look sexy?
Also, what's like? How close do we have to be around Mercury? Like,
it's very evident that suddenly that this is playing.
Oh, so it's like a hologram sort of thing, echo of some sort.
You can see that there's an undead lich standing right beside where you are, there, Merc, pointing down at this other Warforge, who's holding the mace in his hand, and he's calling out. You think the Timeless Legion will fall here? You are sadly mistaken. I am V888. I fight for Siren's Edge, for Lumos. This is not where I fall. The image does not last long after that.
Nox is going to shoot Heisinger a glance of, like, you caught that, right?
Yeah, like I shrug and nod.
And give me one more perception check.
All of us?
All of you. As it was very evident that you heard this yelling from your echo.
10.
11.
14.
16.
It's hard to pick up initially as the sounds of the effect kind of drew your attention, but for those who can kind of pick up those above a 14, you do notice in the far back of the room, I despise you, roll 20 and everything that you do. Leaning up against the back wall, you notice the same body of that of the individual covered in dust.
We get an idea approximately how long they've been there.
You can go over and investigate.
Can I investigate from a distance? I'm okay taking a penalty.
I'll say it's with disadvantage because you're not getting close enough to do it in for a thorough check.
Perception?
Investigation.
Right. 8.
You notice that he is missing one of his arms. He is definitely not active. He has markings all over of that of battle.
About a 6-month amount of dust?
Way longer.
I take it you're not telling us any of this yet, eh? Mek, where's your echo?
You do feel the ability to resummon your echo if you like.
He would do so, and then he would say,
Well, I don't know what happened there.
"Is the mace still on the ground?"
You collected the pieces.
Oh.
Are you alright, Mercury?
I do believe I can fix that, by the way.
That would be appreciated. I feel fine. I don't know what that was.
It was important, that's for sure.
But important to who?
A further investigation as you get closer notes that a battle had certainly taken place right where you were standing. And the bodies and crushed bone of these undead are scattered around. This individual had definitely put up a fight.
Do we want to spread out and investigate that, or do we want to deal with the issue at hand and discover what's happened to that individual later?
The total does seem like the more pressing concern.
And cover me. I'm going to go investigate. Nox is going to run around with compression following. Or compression's going to hold the time. Compression, follow me. Nox can, like, crawl up that, right?
Yes. No, it's not very high off. It looks to be only like a big step.
Alright, Nox is going to carefully approach the body, inspect the area around it for any signs of dust being disturbed.
No dust seems to be disturbed, but you do see on the side of his head the symbolism for a unit V88. You notice that he looks to have once worn very nice clothes, very ornate clothing, I would say.
It's kind of that point where it's so decayed, it's just like if you touch it, it's just going to fall apart.
It's a very old Warforge, much beyond repair.
Would Nox know how Warforged brains work?
I know that their soul comes from a forge. How their brain works?
Nox is curious if bringing the head would be worthwhile to investigate.
Can we pull a cleric speak with dead with the head?
Warforged in D&D canon do not have brains. But I can say that they do have internal systems involved. Otherwise, you're looking more at a carapace.
Well, Nox is curious if there's any internal systems, but he would try. He wants to try and see if he can collect more memory, more information, and even if there's knowledge or parts that can be used and applied to other things, he wants to respectfully collect these parts so that can continue on.
I would guess with some finagling you could remove his head?
You can do that. He has a tool that can serve any purpose that he needs, really. You want me to roll for it, though?
I think before that, my character would interrupt.
You like this? The Laforge feels familiar to me. Can we maybe not disturb its resting place?
Nox will immediately stop.
Do you want to know what happened to your friend?
Muck, I mean no ill will, so please do not consider what I have attempted to do as anything as hostile or insulting. If you want it left, I will leave it, but at the same point, if I may ask, the potential knowledge for this thing, and even the possibility of it leaving on, I can try, but if you want it to let it be, I will let it be.
I'm not sure yet, but it feels wrong to disturb it at this point.
Nox will get up, will not get up, but he'll put his multi-tool away and study the outside of it, then do a full perception check, inspecting the damage, what hit it, the age, that sort of thing.
Investigation.
Ooh, that's a nice high roll.
Can I assist?
Sure.
Being a Warforged?
Yeah, I'd say you can.
21. Right, or am I rolling for advantage?
I'm assisting.
If he's assisting and he seems to be familiar, I would say you could have advantage.
Gotcha, so 21 is the best.
With a 21, you definitely can see the battle marks from old and newer battles, patchwork that has been done. You definitely can pick up where he had taken blast to his chest as well as to his arm, which is what probably did the most damage. Actually, looking a little bit further, you can see the inside is completely singed off.
Blasts of what? Does it look like fire or something more energetic?
Force.
So something ripped this apart.
How old? The big question is though, how old are these wounds? Like, how old is the most recent wound or the blast? Actually, probably the blast.
With a close inspection, the layer of dust, you'd say this is at least over a century.
How old does Mercury look?
I don't think Warforged really age.
Warforged don't really age.
Their architecture does.
This battle here is nothing that concerns us to the pressing moment. I say that we have investigated all that we can. I don't know where else to look, but leave sleeping ghosts lie.
I believe we'll be dealing with real ones soon enough.
I'm inclined to agree.
Nia, your brother looks distressed.
Mercury would nod at that.
He starts to reach up for his head as if trying to cover his ear.
Is it the feeling again? Let's get out of here. Come on.
Whispers.
Again.
All right, come on.
Rovin and Vale, I need perception.
Yeah, meanwhile starts singing quietly, just
Nat 20.
sort of trying to drown out the whispers.
It's difficult to kind of say when there's not really a physicality, but you feel that you are both being watched by this totem.
23.
And it is very, very aware.
Nox, do you still have the explosives?
How many explosives did we use for the detonation of that entrance?
I assumed you were using the box.
Then I'm going to have to say, no, we used them breaking ourselves in here.
So,
Get ready, I think we have company.
friend, have you got any suggestions? Because I could use them now.
You notice that the flames around the totem start to pick up more as the room starts to go ahead and fill with this black smoke.
Get the stone veil!
Small piles from the underneath start to awaken with green flame.
Lovely.
Oh, green
flame!
Where are the candles?
Green candles from the other box. I'm pulling my sword out. You can hover. Fucking do something, and I'm just gonna let go.
Who would have had the other box?
Probably me. Never mind.
And we're going to leave it at
everything.
We're going to leave this at saying, everybody, roll initiatives.
Oh. You want to roll next up, or leave it roll tonight?
We're going to roll for tonight, and we'll leave it for next session. Because it's 11 o'clock, and I'm suspecting no one else wants to have a combat.
Yeah, this could take a while.
That would take a bit, yes.
Dexterity?
Oh, I found slithering ones.
These, give me, I'll allow you to do an Arcana check.
Sure. That's a 3, so I don't know. Got like a 9.
Not neat. I have rolled jack and shit on all of my my knowledge checks tonight. What is this? This is like my second one tonight.
I gotta put my dice back in its recharger.
Put your dice back in your recharger.
It has a recharger.
So,
Roll high or low.
Okay, hold on. So I got a 19 for Vale. Nox, you got a
14. I put it in.
Okay. Merc.
10. It's already in there.
Naya.
16.
Oh, look at you with the big old numbers.
Yeah, actually pretty fast.
Roven,
19. I'm just trying to put it in now.
I need you and Vale to do a reroll for high to see which one of you two goes first.
Vale, I got a 2.
I got a 12.
Oh, big stretch posy.
And Hunziker,
16. I already changed mine, so.
I need you to do one against Naya.
That's what I mean by my dice recharger.
11.
Naya,
Just roll a d20.
roll a d20.
16 again.
Okay. I will actually roll for this one. And that, my players, is where we will take off for next time.
Hey!
Hey, stopping recording.
Oh,